When it gets into the 50s, you started getting a lot of gangs. Mexican gangs, Mexico or Latino gangs.
The young lord, this was their territory.
In addition, we make no distinction between the jails and our streets. Our people are killed in the streets all the time. A brother by the name of Johnny is killed in the Bronx by the police.
At the time, they wanted them to take the South Bronx.
Gangs today all over the world, but New York really was the birthplace where a lot of gangs got started.
And New York played first place with gangs, but with the white people, that was their thing.
Last time I got busted, they told me we're gonna catch you one of these nights and we're gonna kill you.
You know, they had the Clarkson Avenue Boys, which was white boys.
From what I understood, they were called the Avenue Beach Boys. The Beach Boys.
Well, as long as you kept things in the parameters of the black neighborhoods, it was all right. Don't go outside of that.
For one, there was a time that you couldn't walk from one block to the other.
Go to Williamsburg wasn't a good place to go.
Because there were gangs.
You go around to a corner store that is 2 blocks down, they're gonna fight you.
The store my mother sent me to was on somebody else's turf, but my mother didn't care. She wanted what she wanted from the store.
You went past a certain point, past Linden, wasn't a good place to go.
Because we had walked through a territory that was full of white gangs that hated blacks.
If you wasn't from there, you didn't go there.
You could easily walk across the wrong side of the street and have to fight 3-4 white people. Literally.
I was in Cypress Hills walking one day going to get a newspaper for my sister.
And these 2 white guys come out, one of them had a bat.
What he doing over here?
You know, we like, oh shit.
Said, what are you doing in white boys' turf? I'm saying, what? I didn't even know what turf meant.
It seems like more's coming out of nowhere.
And you confronted by 6, 7, 8, 9 people.
And nobody changed it. What y'all niggas doing over here?
I mean, it's just that kind of environment.
I know that it was a very dangerous world for a black man. Some of the brothers used to go to Chinatown. You know, we didn't even know how to get there.
We used to go to places in Chinatown, right under the bridge.
You know, they told the Chinatown gang to get you.
You can't go to Chinatown and knock on the door and say, well, I want to learn Eagle for
The 8th stroke, double eagle. The 9th stroke, triple eagle.
It doesn't work like that.
Race. Them, I mean, erase that, erase it. Those Orientals, man, you think that Southern boy down there in Mississippi is something. This dude is a trip, man.
I had an experience with some white tigers, and it was experience. They had a major experience, and I went home. Maybe not pay attention. Might not be doing this interview right now.
You know, I mean, they spoke English, boy. I'm telling you.
In the olden days, back in the 60s and 70s, the gangs were different. You all have gangs. Wherever you have gangs, you're gonna have fights.
They were meeting in places like Prospect Park with combat boots on and kicking each other to death. Because everybody was down. All the young teenage boys were studying martial arts because they were in gangs.
In our community, there's very strong brothers out there. You understand me? I mean, very strong brothers.
You can stand underneath the hill. You can deal with King Kong.
And them niggas in the street was King Kong.
You know, martial art really got you point up in the games.
And when people knew that you had the ability to do certain things, they didn't mess with you.
Once you fought them, they didn't pat your pocket anymore.
If they knew you knew how to fight, they like back off you.
So it's respect.
They used to run me in my mama's house. My mama opened the door to let me in. They ran me through the house and out the back downstairs where I started from. I lived on the 5th floor.
Slap you, beat you, you know, take your money and all of that.
Man, something had to give, man.
We wasn't thinking about what we could bring to martial arts. We went in there to learn how to stop gangs from jumping us.
And they wanted to use it to defend themselves against the gangs. So a lot of those martial artists that were gangbangers, they went on to become great fighters because they had that tough attitude, you know.
We didn't have centers when I was coming up with pools. I was gang fighting and stuff like that. Survival of the fittest, you know what I'm saying?
So that's where all the fighting came into place.
You see them walking the street today, you wouldn't know them unless they told you.
Where we was at, we had to be bad because you had so many gangs.
There was the Outlaws, the Tomahawks, the Jolly Stompers, you know.
During you might say the second gang era here.
When I was coming up, they had like some Roman lords.
I became a leader of a gang called the Roman Lords.
Back then you had the bishops.
If the Blackhawks came down and the Tomahawks from Crown Heights came out, and the Chapman brothers came from Brevoort,
there was a lot of different gangs.
They were running the streets.
Tomahawk, we was in the Hawks.
We are the Tomahawks. We are the Tomahawks. The mighty, mighty Tomahawks. The mighty, mighty Tomahawks. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. The people wanna know. The people wanna know who we are. Who we are. What we do. What we do. And we tell them.
And as time grew on, I ran into two of the major guys. And it was really only two. And I ran into them, you know, I'm grown, but I see you. I'm an adult now, but I remember you. And I'm feeling this inside. What do I do? So, it's been so long, I have to give that back to you. Excuse me, remember me? Oh yeah, I remember you. You used to bully me when I was a kid, man. You know, snap me up, slap me up, take my lunch money, take the money my mom would tell me to go to the store, get bread. I used to go home and get beaten for my family because I couldn't protect theirs. Remember me? We're here. Let me give you something back so that you remember me. I gave it back. They didn't like it, but neither did I when I was coming up. And the only difference is, you're getting it in a grown-up fashion now. And it's remarkable because you can't understand what's happening to you. Oh, whoa, you really went in the air and hit the concrete. Wow, that's really you that just went through the man's store window and now I gotta go and explain to him. Radio Shack, 125th Street. You understand? But I had to. So I harbored this.